everybody, it is I, Miss Willow, and I'm back here again with some more drawings I have up on the screen, if you can see it, which I need to test out really quick, actually, before things begin. I have some examples of art that I have been drawing, some of which that you guys might really like to see. I have a bunch of stuff that is like scary dragons, cartoon happy dragons, in the middle dragons. I have a lot of things like that, so you guys might like to see my little slight portfolio of my dragon work. So stick around, say hi, feel free to drop a follow or subscribe. Oh, my volume does work. Okay, let me see. Dragons. Yes, dragons. Okay, wonderful. Hello, people. Don't forget to follow if you enjoy. I have some artwork I want to show you before I begin drawing today. So, I have this drawing right here on the screen of one of my characters, King Augustine. He is a old as time, hundreds of thousands, millions of years old dragon. He rules the kingdom of Farendale, which is my story series. I write little chapters and books kind of with my fantasy characters on YouTube. Here is another picture that went along with a story. It used to be one of my absolute favorite pictures. It is of my character, Miss Willow, Miss Willow being my persona. She is the princess of Farendale, and she is being in the middle of some battle with a big, blazing, mean, bully fire dragon. So here he is. Hello, Major Merlin! Welcome to the stream! Hello, and thank you so much for the nice compliment. Nice artwork. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Feel free to follow if you enjoy my artwork and want to see more. And also, thank you so much for joining today. It means a lot. Would you rather be a... Oh, wait, hold on. My phone is too far away. Would I rather be a Sith Lord or a Dark Wizard? Well, wizards are very cool, and I love being witchy, so I'd have to go with the wizard. Very good question. Hello, Berry Glowing! Yes, I'm live right now, and I'm showing off some artwork before I draw. Hello, everybody! This picture went to a kind of battle where Miss Willow is trying to convince a fire dragon that he should not be looting everyone's gold, and he should not be stealing and burning down villages. I think it turned out kind of well in the end, but we don't know what happened to the dragon after he left. Here's another picture. Hemlock the Dragon is another character of mine, which has beautiful, beautiful, beautiful golden pine sap scales. He guards the forest, and he's pretty much a very sweet, kind, wouldn't hurt a fly nature spirit. He protects everything, plants and living forests, and he is a friend to all. So unless that person is a lumberjack going to cut down his trees. So he does not like that. So here he is with my persona, Miss Willow, and they are, like, touching foreheads, like, all happy. The artwork is good. Thank you so much! Thank you. I love to share my artwork. It is such a wonderful thing for other people to see it and have opinions. This one's very weird. Okay, I'm very proud of the stormy sky with the light coming through. It is supposed to be a grumpy dragon. He's kind of mad because he was excited for a sunny day and it started raining, so there he is just being a grump, laying in the mud, being all sad about it, not doing anything to make himself happier, so he's just really mad at the rain. So I thought that was a funny picture. This one is a remake that I more recently did this year of a character, Goldie. He's a little mischievous dragon. He's really small, but he's also really mischievous, but he's also kind of a sweet guy. He likes berries, and he likes apples and raspberries. So if anybody in Farendale has apples and raspberries, he'll probably try and take them. This is another one of that King Augustine character. I very much love drawing him. In the past, my first design of him, he was going to be a shy, kept-to-himself botanist who studies plants and insects too. But now he's just this overlord, like, a good overlord. He's a very kind guy. Getting to know him other than his stern, kingly self, he's just kind of a goof. He's like the goofy dad kind of attitude. This one is a little bit of a dragon test. I wanted a very thin, long, snouted dragon with thin features. I feel like I really enjoyed drawing this one. It turned out quicker than I expected it to, but it still turned out pretty good. And now today is my turn to draw yet another one of these beautiful creations. And your support and appreciation and kind comments always makes the process so easy. So today, I'm going to be drawing. I have my drawing tablet here. Beautiful Canvas Pro 16 Huion tablet. Love it so much. It has been very nice to me. I just wish it didn't have so many different plugs to go in different places. But it is what it is. Today I am going to be drawing awesome dragons. I feel like today I'm going to have to be drawing a dragon kind of like facing more to the front. So practicing these things out of my comfort zone, but it is going to help me in the long run. I need him to have big, long, twisty horns and big, big ears. Very big ears. Oh, they look kind of mystical, like maybe he's kind of like a fairy. I like that. He looks kind of like butterfly-esque. Very butterfly-esque. Big nostrils and fancy little eyes. He's going to be peeking to the side. Somebody's watching him through the bushes. He does not like being watched. Okay, perfect. Oh, I'm definitely loving this drawing. I want to be streaming a lot today. Today I spent time shopping, getting a tiny little baby hermit crab, and all that awesome stuff, so I didn't really have that time to stream that I want to. So today I feel like that is my goal. I want to catch up with the streams. I also have a lot more business-related things to do with my Etsy shop that I've got to catch up with, so I have to do that as well, but I have the time to stream currently. So this dragon is going to be very long dragon, yes. I draw fast. Thank you. I have been teaching myself for almost a decade how to draw very quick lickety-split without making too many errors. And because I like to work very, very quickly. I don't like spending too much time on a product unless it is something that has been paid for. So like a commission, I'll spend a lot more time on a commission. My other dragons, I can learn how to work with them pretty quickly. Very wispy tail. Yeah, I've been drawing for a long time. I have been trying to make it an effort to teach myself the skills of very quick creation, but also not quick in the sense of lazy, quick in the sense of talented and skilled. Not trying to toot my own horn, I'm just trying to say it how it is. I'm trying to make sure that my content is still very good quality without taking so much time on it, because I have never been an artist who takes more than a day on a drawing. Unless it is something where I'm waiting for another person, like for a art collab kind of scenario where I don't want to look like I'm rushing it because other artists aren't used to somebody who works super fast. Art is usually like a very big first priority for a lot of things for me, so it doesn't take that much time for me to complete something that I put my heart to. So there we go, there's my sketch. And I am going, I love the sketch though, it's so cute. I'm gonna have to add a tiny little yours truly, Miss Willow right here. And then the date, 2022. I'm gonna go over this layer and turn that down. I love drawing. Drawing has always been a favorite thing for me. Even when I was a really small little toddler, drawing and dragons were my forte. I know everyone likes to say that I have been drawing since I was a little kid. Everyone's been drawing since a little kid. I don't know any young kid who doesn't draw. But drawing as a little kid was a big passion of mine. So when people ask me when I start drawing, I always have to have the crazy nonchalant answer of, ever since I knew how to pick up a paper and pencil. That's just how it is. I I'm not afraid to give myself credit for my young age. Dragons were important to me, and I was old enough to understand the importance of art. So there it is. That is my answer, Uni. But when people really like a very specific term of time, I would say I usually go in terms of when I started my digital drawings, which is almost a decade, I would say. So that would pretty much be my more accurate timestamp of my more professional-looking arts. But other than that, dragons have meant a lot of things to me ever since a young age. For instance, I have not been the most popular person in my young school. Many years ago. Was never really liked. Because back then, it was all the girls liked princesses, and there was no wiggle room for liking any other kind of thing. So nobody wanted to hang out with me. Of course, I had one or two good friends at the time. I didn't need any fake friends. And frankly, didn't really try to fit in all that much. But people really didn't like me because I was different. I was a different girl, and I liked things like dragons and dinosaurs and monsters, while all the other girls liked things like princesses and makeup and trying to, look... I don't know. That wasn't my thing. So, I never changed for them. Frankly, now I'm old enough, I'm an adult, I'm already learning, that the more time goes by, you find, who you are really inside, and for so many years, I have loved dragons. I never stopped loving them, so I love embracing that aspect of myself by drawing them so often. People are like, wow, you sure do draw a lot of dragons. And I'm like, yeah, well, dragons aren't my first priority, but usually they're what I go to when I want to feel most comfortable with my art. Because they make me happy. Dragons have always made me very happy. And they're nostalgic to me. They're very nostalgic of my childhood. So I like that. I always want to improve as an artist, so I always joke about how my comfort zone is my dragons, yet when I try to jump out of my comfort zone, I draw my characters like Miss Willow, aka me, but in Farendale, Princess Miss Willow. She's got she's humanoid. She's humanoid. She has, occasionally catbird wings, because my spirit animal's a catbird. Gray catbird. North American, I believe. I don't know if they're anywhere else. I could be wrong, but sometimes I will add her having catbird wings. But other than that and her pointy ears, she's, a human character, so it's difficult for me to draw things like that. So occasionally I will go out of my comfort zone, try and draw things that are full body poses, which I definitely don't feel very comfortable with or confident. Other people seem to really like them, though. The artist themselves is the biggest critic of their own work. I have recognized that in a lot of cases. So it's always nice for me having a third-party opinion of, hey, I don't think this really looks good, what do you guys think? And unless it's just completely non-constructive criticism and I hate it, it sucks, you should quit being an artist, I don't listen to that stuff, but I like you guys' opinions, and, what you guys think I should work on, and what you guys like about what I'm doing so far. It's always very helpful input. So if there's ever anything that you feel like I should add to my pieces, if you see me draw something, don't be afraid to holler out and say, hey, Miss Willow, do you think you should draw this or add these colors? Always appreciated for me. Don't be shy. I love interacting with the community, and especially drawing and having fun, too. It's always nice, and I love inspiring other artists to draw. It makes me very happy. Alrighty. I feel like this dragon is turning out fairly well. I can't wait to do the other wing. I need to add a bunch of different fur to his back. The tails are always the parts that I do not like drawing the line art of, because they just drawing the more like parallelish facing lines that follow each other don't really make me very happy. So I struggle with that very much. Alright, the wings though, I do like drawing curves, but as long as they don't have so much repetition to them, like the tail. It's a very long feature of a creature, so unless it's a very short tail, I struggle with that very much. I'm not afraid to say that I struggle with some things, because I do. All artists do. I would be very surprised to find an artist who doesn't think they have any struggles, honestly. And I'm fine having struggles with my art. It means I'm always growing and improving. There's never going to be a moment where my artwork is perfect. And there's never going to be a point in my life where my artwork is at its peak. I cannot improve anymore. Improvement will always happen, I believe. So I just embrace that. I love my art right now, and I don't hate upon my art or really try and compare it to others all that much. Like, oh, my artwork sucks compared to all of this. I think you could practice making metallic shiny colors. Metallic things look cool. That's a very good idea. Perhaps in this drawing I can try and make this dragon like a metal dragon. That would actually look pretty cool. He has that kind of slim and sharp design that would look good. Like, perhaps he's made of steel. And I kind of like the scrappy design here. The really scrappy lines, I just truly like. From afar, they don't make that big of a difference, and they don't look that bad when you zoom out, even though they look pretty sloppy right now. Just trust me. Just trust me. Just trust me. I've been drawing for so long. I know they're not going to look terrible. See? Not a problem. He just needs a little bit of scales now. Hello, everybody! Feel free to leave a little follow to my new Twitch channel. And if you're watching this in the magic future, if you're from the future and you're watching this on my YouTube channel, oh, feel free to subscribe too. I'm trying to post these on both of those platforms. It'll help a ton, and I really appreciate you watching this. So a metallic dragon is what it seems I am going to be drawing today. Very fun stuff. Honestly, love this. I want to draw very light, loose scales that aren't particularly, what do you call it? Perfect? Symmetric? You know, very lined up. I don't really care about all that stuff. I feel like, as an artist personally, if you can zoom out to the whole canvas size, the details, sloppy or not on the inside, doesn't necessarily make a big difference. In fact, they all look detailed, zoomed enough out. So I wouldn't call it lazy in this case. I would call it, I'm savoring my time. Call me lazy if you want, but I'm savoring time. All artists have little bouts of laziness in them, and sometimes I don't think of laziness in the sense of making a little bit of a shortcut. Doesn't really matter too much in the artwork. It's not going to be noticed as much like this. In fact, the little scales in the line art are not going to be the focal point of this picture. We're planning that this is the metallic, sheen is going to be the more focal point, so I'm going to focus mostly on that. So luminosity, I mean, that is what it's going to be at its finest. A very luminous, shiny dragon. Now what I do need to practice is where light is coming from. If light is coming from a certain angle, I always kind of make just the 3D look of the character shine, like putting blurring the light source in the middle of a large section, like the leg or the dragon's flank or his tail, kind of emphasizing that. But all in all, I feel like I should really practice those kind of things, like the angles of light a little bit better. Couple scales on his face could do him well, just to blend in with his neck and body, so that it doesn't look like plain face, very scaly body. I always end up doing something like that, and that's something that I want to improve on. Alright, I can notice myself drawing up my voice rather quickly. I don't usually talk this much, so it's interesting seeing myself have to get used to this while streaming. By the way, for all of you guys who are watching right now, I don't know if you guys saw in the beginning, I went through some of my other dragon arts. I have a golden dragon right here. He's very slick, very pointy dragon. So this was a practice I made a little while back. My King Augustine character here, and he's looking very sternly. He's reading some intriguing articles. Goldie, my mischievous but really adorable little dragon character. A very grumpy dragon whose day was ruined by a storm. So he's really sad that his sunny day, that he was so excited to go pick apples, was just ruined. This is Lord Hemlock, one of my favorite dragon characters in my story, with my persona Miss Willow. They're kind of like touching faces, having a heart-to-heart because she understands him, he understands her, all that sappy stuff. You know how it is. Another King Augustine that I did a long time ago. Wow, that wasn't even this year, I don't think. Pink Clouds. I really liked how I drew the colors here, but it needs a little bit more cool colors too. And a Blazing Fire Dragon, which I had drawn for another story chapter of Farendale, my quote-unquote book. Miss Willow is trying to convince the dragon peacefully that he should not be so terrible to the village, and he just doesn't want to hear it. But Miss Willow is I like to write her in as more of a gentle soul. She's not going to go out and slay dragons. She likes to work things through with them. Try and meet minds and understand each other. So, it is time for a background. For a metallic dragon, I feel like a blue, a very light color, could work very well. That could be useful. So I'm going to choose a very light baby blue. It is a perfect blue. Oh, the backgrounds always make me so happy to draw. I love experimenting and drawing things a little bit more purple, going down the color wheel, going down and going down, little pink in the corners. Little bit like that, going down the color wheel again. I just want to emphasize the corners with this pink look because it's very cute. Kind of like a sunset is like circling around him in a way. Magical world. You know, the sky can do weird things. Doesn't have to follow the physics of real world. Hello, Badia! Good afternoon, Miss Willow. You're finishing. Okay, so put the stream in the background. Awesome! Thank you so much for listening. That means a lot. And thanks for joining. So good to see you. I'm drawing a beautiful little dragon today. I just got done making a gaming stream, so I'm trying to mix it up a little bit here and there. Do some artwork before I just completely over Minecraft myself. I know that's gonna happen if I keep this up. If I over Minecraft myself, and I over artwork myself, I don't know what content I'm gonna make. So that's never good. I gotta find a very delicate balance between all of them. Okay, this seems like a decent background. So the metallic color I was thinking could be kind of like a dark purpley gray blue. Very midnight color. Cover the whole dragon in it, and then I can work from there with the different layers. I like to work with a clipping group so that I don't go out of the lines of what I color, so I'm gonna be coloring over the entire dragon. So if you're gonna say, like, Miss Willow, well, are the horns gonna be the exact same color as the dragon? Probably not. But you'll see my process in just a moment. It will not be that way. But I can always change my mind. So knowing me, my mind changes very frequent. I'll tend to notice that. There was a period of time where I would tell myself, no, I'm not going to draw food this stream. Yet everyone convinced me to end up drawing some kind of food or candy or sweet on my drawings. And I just always fell for it. Always. So my mind changes very constantly. It grows with me. There we go. So this part is what takes most of the time. Very tedious if I have very wispy, pointy areas of the drawing. Yet, this doesn't seem to be giving me a lot of problems right now. So I can't complain all that much. You'll notice even as a humble artist as myself, I complain frequently about my own work. Or the process of it. Pink and blue, nice. Rainbow sky. I always love drawing the rainbow skies. Thank you. So happy that you like it. Pink and blue go so well together. You can't argue that with me enough. I will always think that blue and pink look nice together like cotton candies. Always tends to make me hungry. Very wonderful. And here we go. Finally done coloring in the dragon's face. Beautiful work. I love complimenting my own work. I love being proud of it. I notice a lot of artists get very concerned or embarrassed to verbalize if they're excited about how their drawing is turning out or if they really like it. I don't think there's a problem with saying that you're excited about how your drawing's turning out and really like it. Like, there's some egotistical ways I could imagine to say it, which I would prefer not. But I try to say it as humbly as I can, but without lying, I actually am very excited about my own artwork sometimes. That doesn't mean I feel like I'm the best artist. I'm just excited about it. So I don't have a lot of shame saying that, especially to an audience. I like other people and artists who maybe watch to be able to feel like liking their own work is normal and okay, and you don't have to always compare your work to others and not like anything that you draw. There's a lot of artists that I see who find an artist that they look up to, and then all of their artwork to them just isn't good enough. I feel like it's very sad. I feel like your artwork is good. It's different from other people's, but that doesn't make it worse or better art. See, my artwork is different from a lot of people who I really love their style and I really love how they draw, and I think they're super talented, but that doesn't ever make me look at mine and say, oh, I hate this. My dragon art sucks. Like, that would be such a sad thing to say. Instead, I accept that I'm always improving and I'm always going to improve, and so are those artists that I may look up to. And I like my artwork. That's the point. I love it, and I'm okay with the fact that it's not, like, nobody's perfect. I'm okay with the fact that my artwork will always improve if I put in the time and effort and heart to. But I also love the fact that right now is what I'm working on, and I love this piece. As for what it is, I feel like that is a very important thing to recognize, that your artwork is good and your artwork is what it is, and you can always improve. Even so. So here is the moment where you saw my whole mood shift once I start coloring the tail. Probably noticed that I've been complaining about the tail drawing for way too long. What is the camera mode where it takes a picture in a certain amount of time, like 10 seconds, a minute? I don't know. I mean, I have a phone that I can hit I don't know what the term that's called, but are you talking about, like, how instead of having another photographer hold the phone to take, like, a family picture, you could set up, like, 30 seconds, put the phone away, run back to where the scene is being taken, and pose so that everyone can be in the picture, and then it'll take it in 30 seconds. I usually really like that mode with certain drawings or pictures, especially if I just can't get the angle right. I usually use that in my photography so that I can not hold the phone wiggling it trying to get a picture of, like, some nature scene or a flower. It just makes it so much more easier so that I can find exactly what I want to capture, wait a couple seconds, and not have to make the picture blurry by lifting a hand to press the button. I really do like that setting. It's very, 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 very helpful for a lot of different instances. I agree. I do not know what the term for it is, but I do know what you're talking about. I hope. There's still a lot of things I don't know. Oh, this dragon is epic. Oh, he's epic. And he's ready to get a clipping group so that I can start to draw in the metallic. Ooh, the metallics. Such beautiful things. Shiny metal dragon already thinks he's gotta be in my story. Fairendale forever. He should be a very good dragon, not a bad one. Do you guys think he should be evil, or should he be for the force of good? Can't tell. Can't tell. He looks like he would be a friend of Boltif the Griff. And I don't know yet whether Boltif the Griffin is a bad guy or a good guy. Who's to say bad guy or good guy? Sometimes they always end up just misunderstood. Perhaps this one's a misunderstood dragon. Alright. Flaming blue eyes. Icy blue. Oh, he kind of looks like Outlandish, too. With, like, the blue highlights and all. Alrighty. And now for the horns. I feel like a gold, because this is a metallic-looking dragon, I could definitely turn his horns into solid gold. He could be a very rare species of dragon which sprout their talons and horns and those kind of like material out of like different minerals and stuff and such. So that could also really work. The inside of his ears should be like a blue. Here, can I highlight just this grayish blue area, please? Thank you. I can take a look at that. Make this a little bit darker going down. Yeah, it looks good. I can make a good gradient. I like working with gradients. Just like that. That looks really nice. I gotta get rid of those very light tones right there that are sneaking away from me. They're sneaking. They shouldn't be there, but they're sneaking. You'll get a little bit of sneakers here and there. You know, you just gotta deal with them. They're not that big of a deal. A waste of time at most. Okay. Now for more airbrush time, because the inside of the wings are going to be another light blue. The tip of the tail, maybe kind of like a turquoise-ish. You know, I don't like that. It needs to be more blue like that. His fur. There we go. I'm getting these little details perfectly right. Can you highlight the color, please? It's being super mean to me. Make a little bit more of a shadow. Shadowing's important. I always forget this when I go to a different kind of coloring goal, because the shadows are what I will forget. I gotta keep the color of the tail there as well. I can't forget about that. I almost did. But what kind of artist would I be? A normal one. Nothing wrong with the forgetsies of the colors. I forget so many colors. For some of my characters, I'll change their character designs so frequently. Not only because I sometimes forget little features, but I like not prisoning myself into the design forever has to be exactly the same. I gotta go back to the reference and make sure everything's perfect. Sure, some artists are fine with that, and I don't see a problem with going back to references of a character like for details. Like if I had this character and then I wanted to draw him a month later, I try not to look back at this picture unless I really have to. A neutral dragon. That's a very good idea. He could maybe not know what side he's gonna be on. Maybe his family is on one side and his friends, and kind of what he more believes is on the other, and he wants to make his family proud and his friends proud, but also stay true to what he likes. That could be a possibility. Now here is the difficult part. If I can get some shading in here. I have the shade layer already. This is what's going to make a lot of depth, and this is where I need to focus because I will mess up. And then I will be very disappointed. You know how it is. Gotta get the copper tones there for the gold. Very deep shadows here for the back leg. There we go. Almost there. Almost there. Perfect. And then I can do luminosity. This is where it's going to be very difficult, but my favorite part of the drawing. This is where the metallic look is really going to come to life. This is where I'm going to make him look like metal. He needs to be extremely shiny. Yes. And maybe a little bit of shine in his tail. I turned the opacity up so that this is easier. Stripes also. And then this looks kind of, it almost looks like a ripple, like riptide, like thing. There's the really metallic gold look. Oh, that's perfect. Ah, I love it. I love it so much. And then the brightness of his scales. Very slick, very slim, very shiny. Perfect. His nose, his ears also. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. I love it. Inside of his wings should also have some little lightning-looking effects. He really looks like the dragon version of Boltiff. If you don't know what I mean by Boltiff, that's another character of mine. He's a griffin, and he has a very similar color palette to this dragon. The highlights are really good. I just want to emphasize them a little bit more. And perhaps above here should also be luminosity. And I can make them come out of his eyes. Lots of smoke coming out of his nostrils. That's like magical and beautiful flames. I can almost see it coming off his tail, too. Vibrating radiance. Oh, well, I really like this. I wonder if that looks metallic enough. Actually, no. I want to blur this a slight bit. These little lines aren't my favorites. There we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. I feel like this is a lot more perfect now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to end this here. I'm going to end the video. Thank you so much for enjoying and watching and all the support and wonderful comments. I love hanging out and chatting and having a great time. Stay tuned for the next stream and have an amazing rest of your day. Bye!